What's good, Spurs Nights? It's your boy Clan the Spurs fan. I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. If you could give me a like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on, and I'm going live. And I just want to talk about something really fast, really quick. And I know a few people probably going to come in here and leave things on the chat and whatnot, but I'm just going to try to stick to the point. I know sometimes I get kind of sidetracked. I'm going to try to stick to the point. So, as we know, Bryn Forbes is going to be a game time decision coming into Saturday. Knowing the Spurs, even if he can play, I don't know if they're going to necessarily just throw him straight into the starting lineup. I'm not sure about that. But what I do know is that I think that our shooting guard, our starting shooting guard, our starting small forward, whichever one is going to be, needs to be changed. And I think it needs to be changed permanently. What's up, Manuel? No, DeRozan going to start regardless. I see Felix said DeRozan. No, DeRozan starts regardless. I'm just saying it's going to depend on who you put in there, whether they're going to be shooting guard or small forward. So this is what I got to say about it. I think that, of course, we all can agree Derek White starts easy. LA starts easy. DeMar DeRozan starts easy. I've been saying that Jakob should start. And for some reason, it took us this long to say, hey, how about we start Jakob? Even if Jakob has some bad games from here to playoff time, you got to start him no matter what. Let him learn. If he has mistakes, it's much better than playing small, than playing with it's much better to play with Jakob than go small. That's just my opinion. I think that we have a better identity when Jakob's on the court. He can give those really hard screens for Derek White, for DeMar DeRozan. He has chemistry with DeRozan. Don't screw this up, Spurs, please. So Jakob, we know he's going to start. Now, this is my starting lineup. I'm going to tell you my starting lineup. You said you don't like Rudy Gay starting. I'm going to get into that. So, here's my starting lineup. This is my starting lineup in my head. What makes sense to me? I would do point guard, Derek White. Easy, right? I would do shooting guard, DeMar DeRozan. It's like, okay, that's pretty easy. Small forward, Dante Cunningham. Power forward, LA. Center, Jakob. And I know people are really quick to say, yo, what the? Why would somebody just put Brent? No. I don't want Brent starting anymore. And there's nothing against him. It's just the fact that he's not making up for he got some on and off shooting every now and then, but he's not making it up for it on defense. So you can't. I don't want him starting against some of the best guards in the NBA. I just don't think that's a smart thing to do. He's much better coming off the bench with his mentor, Patty Mills. Now, the reason why I say Dante Cunningham starts, I'm not necessarily thinking of this as, oh, we need three-point shooting. Oh, we need shooters. Oh, we need that. Dante Cunningham can shoot the three ball. Don't get me wrong. He can shoot the three ball. But the reason why I like this, and I've been liking it for a while, and if you go way back in my early videos, I've said this at near the beginning of the season. I said that I would like for Jakob and Dante Cunningham to be in the starting lineup. I've been saying this. But one thing that I like about Dante Cunningham is he can rebound the ball, which Popovich has been preaching this now. He's like, yo, we need to rebound the ball. He has pretty decent chemistry with DeMar DeRozan. The best we've seen Dante Cunningham was against I think it was against the Nets earlier this season, and he went the F off from three. So the man can shoot the three ball. But that's not necessarily why we need him there. We would need Dante Cunningham to start because he's such a good defender. Ever since the Toronto game, DeMar DeRozan has played better defense. Derek White is damn near a lockdown defender. Jakob is damn near a lockdown defender. And, you know, LA has played much better defense. Dante Cunningham is in the same boat, and he can shoot the three ball. We don't need him shooting 50, 60%. If he shoot 30-something%, that's fine. We don't even need him to score much. We will get a lot more opportunities if Dante Cunningham is on the floor because we'll get more fast break points. We'll wear down the team, the opponent, and we'll be in good shape. Now, for everybody that's saying that, yo, why would you not? I'm going to get into it, why I wouldn't start Rudy Gay. The only reason, and it's really well, it's a couple reasons, but the main reason I wouldn't start Rudy Gay is because he's been injury prone this season. And you want to limit his minutes because we're really going to need him in the playoffs. And I don't think it's smart to put him right back into the starting lineup when he's had all these knick-knack injuries throughout the season. Thank God there have been knick-knack and they haven't been huge injuries, but that's why I would say, nah, how about we just, you know, make sure he's coming off the bench. Another thing, he's been fairly inconsistent as far as his shooting. And his defense, he can play decent defense, but if I gave it a grade, he's like a C+ defender. He just is. It's not necessarily on him. He tries. It's just that, you know, he's getting older. He has some injuries, and it's hard for him to play great defense. He's not lockdown defender or anything like that. He's a decent rebounder, but I that's another reason. So 2 reasons I got right off the bat why I don't want to start Rudy Gay. Injury prone, and he's his defense is lacking at times, and his shooting is kind of inconsistent. Another thing, I don't think it's smart to have Rudy Gay on the floor starting right now, because if you think about it, you got DeMar DeRozan, who's a mid-range shooter. You got LA, who's a mid-range shooter. Rudy Gay is a mid-range shooter, and sometimes the ball can stick. Dante Cunningham knows his limits, and he's going to play his role. And his role is going to be the grit and grimy guy, the guy that makes, you know, backdoor cuts, and the guy who, you know, shoots the 3-ball. That's all he's going to do. He's not going to try to make something happen, which is nothing against Rudy Gay, because Rudy Gay can make it happen. But days that he's not making it happen, it makes our starting lineup look bad. So, you know, he's Dante Cunningham's going to play his role, and he's a good defender. And that's the main thing we need. We need our starting lineup to be nasty players. And when I think of it this way, if they're starting, right? If we got these guys starting with Dante Cunningham and Jakob, and they're going against the best of the best. Let's say we're going against the Golden State Warriors. You know, God forbid the first round we have to do that. But let's say we're going against them. You're not going to be able to outshoot them. Those starters, you're not going to be able to do it. But what you can do is you can break them down. What you can do is try your best to slow them down. And when Steve Kerr is forced to put them out and put them on the bench, your bench come in and you got nothing but shooters. And you got Rudy Gay who can create shots. So now you're in trouble. The other team is in trouble. All you want to do really is try to stay with them, and then let your bench take over the 3-point shooting. And then as the game go on, of course, you're going to have to switch it up. Maybe Mark, you know, the start is going to be with bench players. It's just inevitable. But at the same time, that's how I think you beat these teams. You need your identity to be defense. The bench plays defense. The only problem is they're just not athletic enough to go against starting players. But if you have your offensive lineup full of fucking defenders who's ready to just grind it out, you are in good shape, because we all know the best versions of LA and DeMar DeRozan are the mean and angry LA and DeMar DeRozan. So let me see. You said I really wanted this more and more I talk. Yeah. Now let me get into my third point. All right. It's my third point. Now, I already said that I want Dante Cunningham to start. I addressed why I don't want Rudy Gay to start. But let me tell you what the Spurs are probably going to do. Knowing the Spurs, they're probably going to start Bellinelli. And I understand it, because Bellinelli is a veteran. He knows the offense. He's a good shooter. I get it. And you want you like, since you had Brent Forbes out there all season, he kind of brings defenders outside of the paint a little bit, or at least you can't slack on him. You can't go off him. You can't sag off of him. So I understand it, and I think they're going to think that, okay, well, if we got Marco out there, you're not going to be able to sag on Marco as well. and Marco is a very good player, but he's in the same boat as Bryn Forbes when it comes to me. I don't think he's a starter. I don't think he's capable of being a consistent, great starter night in and night out. That's not what type of player he is. Even the type of shots that he takes, he's more so a spark plug. I was going to say Marco is small forward, but I fell in love with Dante quick. Yeah, I'm not going to say Marco is small forward. He's and the thing is, Marco is in the same category. Like I said, bench players try to play defense. He tries. A lot of times he's there with this guy. He just don't have the athletic ability to play great defense. And Marco just seems like he would be better off coming off the bench. And that's just how it is. It's not a matter, because this is the thing. Right now, I'm looking at it in a different perspective. If this is the group of guys we're going to have, this is the group of guys we need to run. I also think Pau Gasol need more minutes, but that's just me. It's not really a matter of your best players on the court. That's not really what I want at this point. I think that what you do is you put in the guys that you want to coincide with your new identity. Spurs are much better when they play defense. When Spurs play good defense, in almost every category, they're the best in the NBA. When they play good defense, they're a championship team. And you're not, the thing that's been irritating me when it comes to Spurs is you're not going to be able, how should I put this? It's unfair. It's unfair to get mad at your team for playing bad defense when the guys that you put out there that you want to play great spot-on defense can't keep up. And that's my point. I seen a lot of times where Pop was getting so angry after games about the guys that's out there and they're not playing defense. And there's been plenty of games where I saw that they just didn't execute defense. But then there's other games where you say, okay, we didn't play good defense. Why the hell do we have, Bryn Forbes on, I mean, this is unrealistic, but Bryn Forbes on Kevin Durant? You know what I mean? Like, that's just not going to work. So I saw a lot of times where they were just shooting over the top of us. They could just do whatever they want because we were undersized and they just attacked us. These starters just attacked us. But if you do it this way and say, Jakob, you're going to be my center. LA, you're going to be power forward. Dante needs to start. And just like the beginning of the season, when we play Dante often, give him his role, tell him what you want him to do, and he's going to do it. Not too many times do Pop have to take Dante out of the game. He'll be fine. And not to mention, he's a very good slasher. He can attack the rim. He's not just, oh, I can only shoot. He got some handles, and he can attack the rim. He's as creative around the rim as Derek White. I won't go as far as DeRozan, because DeRozan's the next level of that, but he's good around the rim just as much as Derek White is. So that's my starting lineup. That's what I would go with. Anybody that's seeing this post live stream, please leave a comment on who you would go with. Anybody that's in here, please give it a like, tell your friends about it, subscribe, please, please, please. He said Cunningham has butterfingers. Man, Jakob do sometimes too. LA do sometimes too. Man said I'm gonna play with your lineup on 2K19. Hey, I kind of want to too now. But yeah, y'all, please give me a like, subscribe, turn notification bell on, and till next time, Spurs Nights, deuces.